Welcome to one of the past HSC exam question videos. What we'll do in this video is cover these exam questions, which come from the 2011 to 2001 exam papers, and about 10 multiple choice questions fill up. Cover the context point number 4 of the Search for Better Health module. What I'll do in a second, I'll read the actual questions. Once I read the question, give about 5 seconds to pause the video. Once you pause the video, attempt the question, and then press play when you're ready. Alright, so the first 4 questions are here. Which of the following helped prevent the entry of pathogens into humans? A. Cilia, B. Antigens, C. B. Lymphocytes, or D. Inflammation response. Next one is the diagram below illustrates one process that occurs as part of the immune response. What process does the diagram illustrate? A. Cytokinesis, B. Inflammation, C. Osmosis, D. phagocytosis. Next one is what is the role of antigens in the body's defense against disease? They bind to invading pathogens, they trigger the immune response, they inactivate invading antibodies, and they suppress the inflammation response. Next one is what role do mucous membranes and cilia play in the body's defense against pathogens? A. They cause the cell's death to seal off pathogens. B. They form part of the barrier preventing entry of pathogens. C. They remove pathogens as part of the inflammatory response. Or D. They recognize pathogens passing through the lymphatic system. So when you're ready, pause the video and attempt the question. Welcome back. Alright, so first one was the cilia, so A. Here we've got D, phagocytosis. Here we have B, trigger immune response. And here we have they form a barrier preventing entry as number 14. Cilia are these hair that push things up. And I shouldn't have said that, but that's fine. But yeah, they are A, and antigens and lymphocytes and inflammation response are either things that do something else. They either are the ones who will do the third or the second immune response, not the first one. Phagocytosis was correct. This was when they eat and then digest. And osmosis, inflammation, and cytokinesis are all wrong. We've got what is the role of the antigens in the body's response? Again, they trigger the immune response. They start all up. That's what the antigens do. These foreign particles. What is the role of the mucous membrane cilia? They form part of the preventive barrier for entry, first line defense. This would be second line defense, and third line defense. Next couple questions. The following paragraph describes a body response. The response is protective, and it makes nearby blood vessels leak. Plasma and white cells move into these affected areas, diluting and destroying the infective agents. This is why the infection site swells, reddens, and feels hot. Although we tend to think of this response in terms of annoyance, soreness, and pain, it's actually a beneficial response. What response does this paragraph describe? A. Inflammation, B. Cell differentiation, C. The action of antibodies, or D. The activation of T helper cells. Next one is accidents, victims' fingers saved, stored, and transplanted onto other hands. Doctors have successfully transplanted the finger of a man's severed hand in the first operation of its kind in Australia. The man was critically injured in a train accident. His left arm was severed and right arm crushed. A team of medical staff operated to replace the crushed fingers on his right hand, using those that were saved on his left hand. The man is expected to have almost normal use of his hand within 9 months. Transplanted organs and tissues are often rejected. Why was there no tissue rejections in the man described in the paragraph above? The man's skin was damaged, so his first line defense was not functional. Antigens on the man's left hand fingers were the same as those on his right hand. The man lost so much blood that lymphocytes were not present in sufficient numbers to cause immune response. Or D. There was no blood supply to transplanted fingers, so mixing of donor and recipient antigens did not occur. When you're ready, pause the video and attempt the question. Welcome back. In this case, the answer is A for number 4, and it was B for number 12. The reason why A is correct, inflammation response is when there's swelling, redness, and that hot feeling. That's annoying, but it's actually beneficial, right? So the rest is cell differentiation, was just stem cells turning into white blood cells or red blood cells. Action of antibodies, that's the lymphocytes, and activation of T helper cells, again, is also the third line defense. None of these. Here we've got antigens on the man's left hand are the same as the right hand. If the antigens are the same, that means there's no actual rejection, because all the other ones are wrong. The next 4 and last 4 are which of the following prevents entry of pathogens into the human body? the skin and phagocytosis, the skin and chemical barriers, the inflammation response and phagocytosis, the inflammation response and chemical barriers. Which biological term is best described by engulfing and destructing of bacteria or other foreign bodies? Vaccinations, phagocytosis, antibody production, or the inflammation response? Allergies are results of the immune response. What triggers this response? Antigens, antibodies, antidotes, or antihistamines? Next one, last one. Ciliary prevents the entry of pathogens into the human body by providing a protective body covering, reducing secretion toxic pathogens, moving trapped pathogens to the mouth, or increasing circulation to blood to the infected areas. Right, when you're ready, pause the video and attempt the question. Welcome back. In this case, the first one was B. We've got phagocytosis, also B for the next one. We've got the antigens for A, and we have the moving trapped pathogens to the mouth for C. So in this case, the reason why this was correct is because the skin is a barrier and chemical barriers is also a barrier to the entry of the human body. For example, phagocytosis is helpful to remove stuff, but it doesn't help prevent it from getting in there. Once it's in the blood, phagocytosis plays a role, not beforehand. Same with inflammation response and phagocytosis and inflammation response. So all of these are once it actually gets in the body, not before it gets in the body. So that's why these are all wrong. Phagocytosis is the idea of engulfing and destructing foreign bodies. Antigens are things that trigger the immune response, also when it comes to allergies. And cilia prevent the entry of pathogens in the human body by moving trapped things up. So there'd be cilia are these hair, some stuff gets stuck, and then the hair push it up back to the mouth where you cough it out. So C is correct. I hope that was useful.